Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our Workers and Resources Soviet Republic playthrough. We will now immediately continue off from where left previously. As you can see, we have laid down plans for a bar right next to the shopping center. The bar is an extremely important building, as it will provide alcoholic beverages for our workers, as they seek relaxation after a hard day of working for socialist progress. Right next to the bar, we will lay down a playground. The playground is an often overlooked building, but one that will give great return for investment, as it will encourage children to take on sports activities, and these children will then grow up to adults with enthusiasm for sports, which will make them healthy and strong workers, who can work tirelessly for socialist progress. Next to the playground, we will lay down the foundations of what will become our hospital that will provide free and available socialist health care for everyone. Now, in-game, hospital will have two types of clients. The first type is patients who only require minor treatment and can walk by themselves to the hospital to receive the treatment. These patients will have their needs met by our skilled and loyal doctors who will be well educated in doctrine of Marxism in our headquarters of the Communist Party University, and they will expertly run the necessary diagnoses and administrate correct treatment. The second type of patient the hospital will take care of is one in a critical condition and needing immediate treatment. It is unable to arrive to the hospital by him or herself due to the nature of his or her injuries or illness, and must be carried with an ambulance to the hospital. For this reason, the hospital must be as close to the city center as possible and have an immediate and unobstructed connection to the main road. In order to allow ambulances to depart and arrive as soon as possible, have minimal amount of time spent traveling, thus guaranteeing higher chance of survival for the patient in critical condition. Now, one of the most important tasks of any socialist republic is to assure its people the importance of socialism and impose necessary measures to guarantee the socialist future envisioned by the Socialist Party leaders of the republic. For this end, one of the most effective ways of accomplishing the said task is to erect massive and unignorable monuments that glorify the magnitude and magnificence of socialism. Statues of Lenin, murals with symbols of socialism, and great plaques depicting international ambitions of socialism will all remind the people of their binding socialist past, present, and future. Gone are the days when pompous and arrogant monarchs raised statues of their kingdom's glory at the expense of treasure extracted from the workers of the realm. The monarchs of the past wasted the resources of their people on these personal grandeur projects. But our socialist republic will instead raise its monuments for the glory of socialism as envisioned by the party leadership, and will responsibly and carefully allocate thousands of tons of steel and concrete for this grand purpose. There is no expressing the magnitude and impressiveness of labor comrade Bulldoze Driver is doing for the glorious Republic, and he has been recommended to receive the Medal for Distinguished Labor. Now, after we have worked tirelessly to lay down the plans for a perfectly equal and fair city for all of its inhabitants, it is time to unpause the game and set the Vehicles of Construction Office to work. Their initial task is to construct the city gatehouse, through which all traffic to our initial city will flow. The gatehouse and its connecting wall will, in the future, play an important role in ensuring no capitalist spy will be able to easily infiltrate our city to spread falsehoods and empty promises that might unthinkably cause our workers to consider abandoning our great socialist republic. Now, building the foundations of any building will need at least 2, sometimes 3, types of resources. Cement and gravel are always needed, and depending on construct, sometimes asphalt is needed as well. As we cannot produce any of these resources yet, all of them will be imported from the neighboring friendly Soviet Republic, to whom we are very grateful for their willingness to help, and it is our wish as fellow socialists one day to be able to pay them back. After the initial refueling rounds have finished, our dumper truck and concrete carrying truck will make their way to the customs house of the friendly Soviet Republic to obtain the necessary resources and carry them over to the gatehouse. Once these resources have been delivered, our excavator will be sent to level and prepare the ground for the construction phase of the building to start. Under normal circumstances, when you start the game at a later date, such as in 1960s or 1970s, it would be more efficient to start the construction of your city with laying down an asphalt road between the customs house and the location you are building at to speed up the movement of the vehicles carrying construction resources to the building sites and to greatly cut down the overall time spent constructing. However, in the 1930s start, just using the free dirt road is 100% efficient solution. The reason being, the primary material carrying vehicles, the Russo ball trucks you are seeing here, cannot structurally, regardless of the type of road used, exceed the speed of 30 kilometers per hour, with the excavator and the bulldozer being even slower. As the maximum speed you are able to drive on the dirt road is also 30 kilometers per hour, regardless of the structural top speed of the vehicle used. We are already moving at the best possible speed with the cheapest possible road type, enabling us to move towards great socialist progress as the maximum speed enabled by the technology of our time. After the groundworks of the gatehouse have successfully been brought to their conclusion, it is time for our open hull truck to carry the necessary building materials, such as bricks, planks, and steel to the construction site. And once that undertaking is ready, it will be up to the glorious socialist workforce to assemble the construction materials at the site into a functional gatehouse.